My name is Dan Smith. I've been a pastor for about 17 years in the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. I have served here at Lutheran Church of the Incarnation for just over 7 years here in Davis. And it's interesting because I actually went to junior high and high school here in town, and I'm the son of a Lutheran minister myself. So I was raised in the church, and I also have a PhD in theology. So I kind of live with one foot in the world of parish ministry and pastoral care, and with another foot in the world of kind of academic theology, research, and writing. Well, I wrote a dissertation about this, and it's in my own personal life. I became aware of our calling and our really need to care for the planet for the sake of future generations. I'm a father, I have 2 kids, and I'd like them to have a habitable planet to live on, and their children and their children. So we have this ethical claim on us, really, of future generations. We also have an ethical claim in the form of other species that we're called to tend and to be partners with on planet Earth. And the Bible bears witness to this, and so it's one of these things I've really become passionate about because I care about the people in my life and the planet itself and the species that the Bible calls us to serve and help.
Right.
Well, I've preached a lot of sermons about climate change, about environmental distress, and about what the Bible has to say about this. We're created by God as part of a good creation. We don't always live like it, and we've created some problems, and I would say we live on a planet in peril, which isn't just, again, an ethical or scientific problem. It's really a spiritual and moral problem. People know there's something wrong, they want to do something and be part of the solution, but they don't always know what. I'm proud that in our congregation here at LCI we've gotten really, really active because of very dedicated lay leaders who've kind of picked up on some of my messages of being a Christian and caring for the environment. And the area we've grown in the most, I think, is advocacy. Well, we've learned to shape public policy by talking to lawmakers and going to the Capitol and bearing witness to what we believe and why it's important to preserve this good garden planet that God's entrusted to our care. Green Faith is a program where congregations of all different religious backgrounds can learn ways to think and speak and teach and act on behalf of creation itself. We're a Green Faith congregation because we went through what's essentially the equivalent of like a master's degree program for a congregation. Sabbatical is a time away. And the Bible calls people of faith to rest and renew and just do nothing. It reminds us that we're really dependent on God for everything. Pastoral sabbaticals are about having a break from what you do on a regular basis to reflect and renew. For me personally, as a theologian of the church, it's important to have time away just to think and ponder the big questions in life that are really my passion and that I'm not always thinking about or aware of because of the things I'm called to do on a daily basis in terms of parish work. So those are a few of the reasons that sabbatical are important to me. Well, I plan to visit the Holy Land, which I've never been to before. 17 years as a pastor, it's usually a good place to go if you haven't been there before. To walk in the footsteps of Jesus, learn to read the Bible in a new way. I'll be in Jerusalem at a place called Tantur, which does lectures and learning and education as daily worship. And I also want to spend some time exploring new avenues of my faith and my spirituality. In terms of eco-theology in particular. I'm also going to be in Germany for a month with my wife and her family, just on vacation in July. And I'm scheduled to give a couple of talks, one in Berlin at an institute where a friend of mine is a research fellow, and in Finland with a fellow eco-theologian and colleague with whom I've connected recently. And I'm going to conclude on this 500th anniversary of the Reformation in 2017 with a Luther pilgrimage to the roots of our Lutheran faith, with folks from the congregation here at LCI and from some other churches in the area. I'm at my best when I'm pulling people into a bigger vision and not lost in administrative details. That's not my gift. That's not who I am. I'm a big picture person and a big ideas guy. What I really want to do on this sabbatical is tell our story as a congregation. The ways in which we as a ministry have responded to this urgent call to protect and care for the earth, specifically with advocacy to others. And that's a story that needs to be told, that others need to hear kind of around the world. So this is an opportunity to share our story in places a long ways away, and a chance for me to kind of cross-pollinate and learn from others about what they're doing in their eco-theology and ethics that I can bring back with me to the congregation, and stories that I can share with them about ways that we can become better stewards of the planet. Thank you. I appreciate your support and your help. For those that can donate, that's wonderful. For those that can offer prayers or positive wishes for the whole experience and the time away, thank you. Ministry is a team effort, and I can't do this alone, and I'm blessed daily with many fantastic, talented, wonderful, loving people that support me and love me, and I couldn't do this without them. So this is also about you, not just about me. I was 30.